Assalamu alaikum class. I hope you all will be fine. Students, we have started the chapter number 5, that is water. We were doing this chapter. We have completed 2 lectures related to this chapter, that is the water. Today we are going to start another topic of this chapter, that is the purification of water. As we have studied earlier that the water contains germs, dust particles and chemicals in it, these are called basically pollutants. These are polluting the water. How we are going to purify water, or what is the definition of purification of water? Purification of water is defined as the removal of impurities from water is called purification of water. What is purification of water? Purification of water is the removal of the impurities from water is called purification of water. There are 5 methods which we can use to purify water. Number 1 is filtration. Second one is chlorination. Third one is boiling. Fourth one is potash alum. And fifth one is by distillation. We can use these 5 methods to purify the water. First method which is used for the purification of water is called filtration. How you are going to define filtration? Filtration is the removal of suspended solid particles. Suspended means the small particles that are present in the water. How you are going to define filtration? Filtration is the removal of suspended solid particles from water with the help of the filter paper is called filtration. How you are going to define filtration? Filtration is the removal of suspended solid particles in the water with the help of filter paper is called filtration. Coming towards the process of the filtration. The process of filtration, it takes place in the laboratory. The important thing that is used in the process of filtration is called filter paper. What is happening during the filtration? The impure water is passed through this funnel which is containing the filter paper, as a result of which the suspended and insoluble salts will left on the filter paper. The insoluble and suspended salts will left on this filter paper, as a result of which the clean water will obtain in this beaker. In this way, the process of filtration is completed.
Experiment to separate a mixture of mud and water by filtration. Mix mud and water in a clear glass beaker. We observe that the color of the mixture turns brown. Take a circular filter paper and fold it in half, and then in half again, so that you get a cone shape. Place the conical filter inside the funnel. To use the filter paper, open it up into a cone shape with 3 layers on one side of the cone and 1 layer on the other. It will form a cone shape. Put another glass beaker below the funnel. Pour the mud water slowly into the cone with the help of a glass rod. Watch it drip through the filter paper and funnel. We observe clear water getting collected in the other beaker placed below the funnel and the mud in the filter paper. The substance that remains in the filter paper is called residue. The clear liquid or the substance that is collected after filtration is called filtrate. This method of separating insoluble impurities or substances from a liquid is called filtration.
Second method that is used to purify water is called boiling. Boiling is the safest way to purify water. In villages, people can easily use this method to purify water. Bacteria, germs, and other microorganisms are killed by boiling water for 15 to 20 minutes. This can be seen in this picture, that is, bacteria, germs, and other microorganisms are killed by boiling water for 15 to 20 minutes. Water is cooled before drinking. Third method which is used for the purification of water is bichlorination. If the boiling is not possible, then we can use liquid household bleach for the purification of water. The bleach contains chlorine. We can add this liquid household bleach into the water. The bleach contains chlorine. For this purpose, take water in a container and add bleach it in accordingly. For example, you have taken 1 liter of water, then add 3 drops of liquid chlorine bleach in it. If you have taken 2 liter of cleaning water, then add 5 drops of liquid bleach in it. This can be explained with the help of this picture, that take water in a container and then add liquid chlorine in it for the purification of the water. Next method that is used for the purification of water is by use of potash alum. We can add potash alum to the water to purify it. Sand, clay, and other suspended impurities of water will settle down. The water will be pure after decantation. Here it is the impure water and the person is adding the potash alum into the water, as a result of which the water will be purified. Last method which is used for the purification of water is called distillation. How you are going to define distillation? Distillation is basically the process of separating soluble substances from liquid is called distillation. How you will define distillation? Distillation is the process of separating soluble substances from liquid is called distillation. We can obtain the purest form of water by the process of distillation. Now coming towards the procedure or the process of the distillation, the apparatus or the things that are used in the procedure or the process of the distillation are: number 1, distillation flask; number 2, condenser; number 3 is beaker. How this process take place? In simple distillation, the water is heated in this distillation flask and it is converted into steam. The steam is then cooled down into distilled water. Impure water is boiled in this closed container. Water from the surface of the boiling water pass through a pipe-like structure which we call as condenser. The condenser is surrounded by a tube. The condenser is surrounded by a tube and through which cold water is passed to cool the water vapors which are coming from this distillation flask. As water vapor pass through these condenser, they lose heat and they become liquid water. The liquid water is then collected in a separate beaker which we call as the receiving flask. the solid impurities, they will settle down at the bottom. In this way, the process of the distillation is completed.
I need to remove this nail polish. Nail polish can be removed by acetone. Acetone can be obtained by simple distillation.
The process of heating a liquid mixture to form vapor and then cooling that vapor to get a liquid is called simple distillation. Distillation is used to purify a liquid by separating the components of a liquid mixture. Let us perform an activity to understand simple distillation. Take a mixture of acetone and water in a distillation flask. Put a thermometer in it. Connect the flask to a water condenser. The condenser has cold water running through its jacket to keep the temperature cool. Keep a beaker at the outlet of the condenser. Heat the mixture, keeping an eye on the thermometer. When the temperature hits 56 degrees Celsius, acetone starts to vaporize. These vapors condense in the water condenser. The condensed acetone gets collected in the beaker. When all the acetone vaporizes, water is left in the flask. Acetone is collected in the beaker. In this way, acetone and water get separated by simple distillation.
Huh?
Boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. Boiling point of acetone is 56 degrees Celsius. As there is sufficient difference between their boiling points, these components can be separated by simple distillation. Simple distillation does not work properly when difference between two boiling points is less than 25 degrees Celsius. This is because the components do not get separated and purified completely. If we repeat this process multiple times, we will be able to separate these two components. However, as this is very time-consuming, a special type of distillation called fractional distillation is used.
Ah!